this one's got a hair trigger. That was not meant to go off. That wasn't all the way on target. Keep my finger off of it. Okay, so there were 6 shots of 38 Special through the Model 28 Highway Patrolman. This is a Model 28-2, and if you were paying attention, I had a shot go off before I was fully sighted in. I was pointed down range and my finger was on that trigger. I think I've put the trigger gauge on it before and it was sitting around like 1 pound. You breathe on it and it will go off. The big old end frame revolver here. We'll put it on the table and we'll talk about it a little bit. Like I said, this is a Model 28-2 end frame. Came after the Model 27. This is the Highway Patrolman. It is a more economical gun to produce, a cheaper gun to produce. For at least the commercial market, the early 80s when this one was made, I think these sold new for around $300, and the Model 27 was about $100 more. They were about $400. You could get this in a 4-inch or a 6-inch barrel. This is the 4-inch, and I believe there was very, very, very few that were made in 8-inch. These were renamed the Model 28 in 1957, whenever Smith & Wesson did away with the naming and put model numbers on it, but they did keep the Highway Patrolman on the barrel there. You got 357 Highway Patrolman there on the barrel. And these are blued, they just don't have a high polish finish, and they have the Magnum stocks on them, unlike the Target stocks you see on this Model 66. I had these 2 K-frame revolvers out here a little bit ago shooting them. I just left them on the table because the little bit of a comparison between the size of that K-frame and that end frame. So these could not shoot a steady diet of 357 Magnum without cracking that forcing cone in there. And these big old hunk of chunks here could. They had that beefed up forcing cone. These were heavy revolvers. You even look at the cylinders. You can see how much more beefier the cylinders were between the two, between that end frame and that K-frame, the forcing cones between the two. So this end frame was a lot more stronger of a revolver. We'll go ahead and put some 357 in it. That was some 38 we were shooting before. We'll put a little 357 on it. See if we can get some of these targets I have set up under the bottom. I've got a little bit of 357 already over here. If you might have noticed, this is a counterbore recessed cylinder model, but it does not have the pin barrel. This is a transitional model. It would have came out somewhere around 81, 82 when they were phasing the pin barrel and recessed chambers out. That wasn't necessarily something they just cut and dry, stop, start. They would use the leftover parts, use them up. This one got a cylinder with the counterbore chambers there. And I'm glad that I like that look. And you know, that's mainly what it was for. It's just for look, for appearances, to set apart. Smith & Wesson did that to set apart their Magnum revolvers versus their non-Magnum revolvers. Kind of a signature look, signature thing. And for cost reasons, they did away with it. But this one still has it, and I'm glad it does. This is just some PMC range ammo I brought out here today. Got that soft point. And we've got that counterbore cylinders. If you might notice the get up, this is what I was wearing today. I brought out a lot of revolvers from the 70s, and this one being the very early 80s. So I thought I'd wear my tie-dye jacket, not my tie-dye jacket, my tie-dye shirt, a blue jean jacket, and it is chilly, so I'm wearing a jacket. And I've got my Jeffrey Dahmer, big old thick glasses on. We'll go single action again, and be careful not to let off a round when I'm not ready. This 357 is going to have a little bit more kick to it. Ooh, there goes that pineapple. Man, lost a 2 liter on the ground there. Big old hole. Let's go just below the mirror hole on that door. Empty. Let's go take a look at those holes. These aren't hollow points, but they're that soft point, so they do have a little bit of expansion in them. And they put some nice big holes in these metal panels when they hit. Got our old can there. We'll set that back up. And then this is underneath the mirror here. We'll go ahead and set our... No, did I shoot it on the ground? I guess it's done. There's that old pineapple. We'll come on back to the table. Look at this revolver a little bit more. Compared to those K-frame revolvers, I will say that this is easier to shoot regardless of how someone's lightened up this trigger. You know, mainly because of the weight difference. This end frame is of course heftier than the K-frames there. We'll go ahead and do a little weight comparison on them. There's no sense in using that trigger gauge because, like I said, someone's lightened this trigger up. But we'll throw a weight on there. We've got the Model 28 Highway Patrolman. If I can get it on that scale. It's going to come in 2 pounds, 9.4 ounces. That Model 66, which is the stainless version of a Model 19, 2 pounds, 3.9 ounces. I was expecting it to be a little bit more, if I'm being honest. A little bit more of a difference there. Model 13, 2 pounds, 2.1 ounces, so 7 ounces, which I was expecting to be a little bit more, but that's still enough to notice the difference. Let's go ahead and load up a little bit more 357. Put it on those steel plates there. Like I said, this revolver here is meant to handle this 357, so now it is, you know, getting up there in age and a collectible status, so I don't want to wear it out, but it can handle that 357 a lot better than those K-frame revolvers can. I'll step back a little bit. Alright, step back a little bit more. We'll go single action again on those steel plates. Rocks in place good. Let's see, but a little bitty one. There we go. I'll try a soda can up there at the top of that stand. There we go. All right, there we go. That's 6 rounds. This this is what I have out here today. This PMC, it's sticking a little bit. I don't like bopping that too much, messing up the stocks, but get those out of there. The 38 ain't having no problems doing it, but this hotter 357 with this PMC ammo, I've been having issues with it. Wanting to get stuck in them cylinders, but no big deal. Go ahead and put another 6.38 in there. We'll just put these in that door in double action. Yeah, the 38 or that same brand of ammo just falls right on out. Let's do another. Let me see if I can get those swinging bottles up there. I let that off before I was ready. I think I got it. Got that one for sure. There we go. So that's twice now. I've let off a round before I was 100% ready. Squaring up on the target, getting ready, and uh-oh. It's super, super light. But that's gonna be it for the Model 28 Highway Patrolman. These were used by a lot of different law enforcement agencies, and it's a good revolver, strong revolver. I'm glad I got it and picked it up. This is the kind of stuff I'm into. A lot of these older revolvers, especially the counter bored recessed cylinders and pin barrel revolvers. You know, if you're into this kind of stuff too, you made it this far in the video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I try to put a video out every week if possible. Not all of it, but a lot of it is going to be, you know, stuff like this. So if you want to see more, stay tuned. Thank you.